just wanted to do another quick video on how I planned my most recent build phase. This is kind of a follow-on to my base phase planning video, so you'll notice a bunch of commonality because I basically took a similar approach. So what's the purpose here? My goal was basically to improve my sustainable power. So FTP, there are other ways to measure kind of your sustainable power, but roughly that's what I'm aiming at. So how am I going to do that? One, I'm going to continue endurance rides because cycling is an endurance sport, and that's important, and I enjoy them. So they're going to stay in the plan. If you're a WKO person, I'm going to be doing some extensive aerobic intervals. So these are all going to be threshold-based intervals. And then I'm going to be doing a bunch of over-unders. But basically, you're going to be riding below threshold for a little bit, and then bumping above threshold, and then dropping below threshold, recovering for a bit, but still doing a significant portion of your sustainable power, your FTP. And then if you look at the base phase, you'll notice there's a reduction in overall training load, and that's basically because the intensity is up and I need that so I can recover. Part of the point of the base phase is to just develop overall aerobic capacity and get a high training load in. Here we can reduce it and just really focus on kind of the high power work and targeting those specific energy systems. Planning principles. These are basically the same. Cycling for a lot of us is a hobby. So I think if you're going to build a plan, make sure that you have something that you love about cycling in your plan every week and do it. That way you're doing stuff you love every week. I think that helps with burnout. I think that helps with motivation and other things like that. Just like the base phase where we're doing tempo and sweet spot intervals, 2 to 3 days of intensity max in a week. That's basically anything over endurance zone. I'm going to try to restrict to 2 to 3 days. And again, we're going to progress the length of intervals and also our time in zone for our key workouts. You'll notice another continuation. Training load in general will kind of increase from the first to the third week of the plan. You don't be consumed by it. The real important part here is the intervals, the threshold interval lengths, the over-under interval lengths, and our time and zone, and progressing those. Don't get super consumed by the metrics on these. And as far as my priorities, you'll notice on the schedule I do the hard interval workouts on Tuesday and Friday, and then I have the Saturday endurance ride. Those are my highest priority ones. So those are the ones that I will bump other things around to make those happen if life interrupts. Block 1. You'll notice here I am back on a 3-week on, 1 week off schedule, just because the intensity is higher. So I want to make sure that recovery is good. I think it's better at this phase to over recover than to under recover. During the base phase, I'm willing to take a little more risk with a longer block, so I can pile on more training stress because the intensity isn't quite as high. So let's look at Tuesday. Basically here, just 3 threshold workouts, progressing interval length from 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, a time and zone increase from 40 to 48 to 45. We do get a slight decrease in the last week in time and zone, but that's all right. It's 3 minutes. I don't think it really matters that much. On Friday, the other key workout is over-unders. So I like to do these with 2-minute under at 95% of FTP, 1 minute over at 105 or 106% of FTP. And these blocks in the first week are 9 minutes, 4 by 9 minutes, then to 5 by 9 minutes. So we just add another block. And then in the last one, we're going to remove a block, but we're going to add 3 minutes to each. So here again, we're just progressing interval duration and time and zone from the first to the last one. Here's my second block. So you notice it's pretty similar to the first, other than durations and numbers of intervals change. So Tuesday again, drop back to 10 minute, 12 minute, 15 minute intervals. We're just doing 1 extra of each. For Friday, we are progressing the over under interval length from 12 to 15 to 18 minutes, and you'll notice we get a slight regression in time and zone from that second to third week. That's all right, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure that 3x18 over unders is going to be pretty rough when I get to it. I have already completed the first phase, I believe, so we'll see how the second phase goes, but everything felt doable, so I'm hoping that phase 2 will go just as well. And there you go. That's how I think you can do a quick 2-month build phase that's targeting FTP development. Doesn't have to be super complicated and pretty simple to throw together. So hope you enjoyed.